and I am direct to the wonderful Jordan Gillum. It says Conky on her screen, but she is married to Jared, and I am so blessed to be partners with them. So we will be hosting this corporate overview this evening for you guys. If you'll go ahead and go to the next slide there, Jordan.
Let's do it.
So in this corporate overview, we are going to tell you a little bit about us, who is Symmetry Financial Group, what we do, how we're doing it, and who is doing it, how we support our agents, how we get paid, and what makes Symmetry different. So as you can see here, these are our accolades. We have been ranked among the top 5,000 4 years in a row. It's actually 5 years now because we got that award in 2020 as well. So we are voted top company culture by Entrepreneur Magazine, which is a very awesome award to be granted. Who is Symmetry Financial Group? So Symmetry was founded in 2019 by the three fellows that you see there on your screen, Brandon Ellison, Casey Watkins, and Brian Pope.
2009.
And
let's make sure that's clear.
In 2009.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, my apologies. So these three guys started Symmetry Financial Group in their garage, I believe, or basement. It was an extra room in their house. And so from 2009, we have grown into an awesome organization with great opportunity here. So who is Symmetry Financial Group? In 2020, actually in August of this year, we have partnered with, and our owners put in multi-million-dollar investment with technological advancement by joining with Quility. And we're also partnered with Assura. And together, Symmetry and Assura are underneath Quility as the technological advancement.
Yeah.
So what do we do?
Yeah. So
we help families protect their largest asset. Go ahead, Jordan. Tell us what we do there.
For sure. Yeah. And hi, I am Jordan Gillum. I work this business with my husband. I almost said I work my husband. That's hilarious. I work this business with my husband. We've been a part of Symmetry for 4 years now, and I'm really excited to host this with Laura. I'm going to be covering what we do. Basically, like Laura just said, we help families protect their largest asset, their ability to earn an income. A lot of people think that it's their mortgage or their retirement that's their largest asset, which in reality, if they couldn't work, none of that matters. What we do is we basically are utilizing many different products. We're insurance brokers, meaning that we get to be impartial to the insurance carriers that we work with, and we get to serve the family in front of us the way that they need us. And we get to serve them in many different ways with accidental death protection, mortgage protection, which is the bread and butter of what we do, disability, dental, Medicare supplement. We also do debt-free life, annuities, IULs, all different kinds of products. Each family is different, so we have a program for just about any family you can meet. And like I said, we're brokers, so we're actually contracted through 30 different insurance carriers. If you're seeing this for the first time, you'll also see there's a lot of names on here that you've heard of before. And that's because we only work with A-rated carriers. These carriers pay out. These carriers have been around for, if not 100, over 100 years. And we're very proud to stand beside these names. Also, is there a need for our products for what we do? So basically with mortgage protection, it's an insurance program that pays off a home if someone dies. And there are approximately 87 million households in the United States. So yes, there is a need for what we have. And of those 87 million households, y'all, 7 out of 10 of those households rely on 2 incomes. Now, when a foreclosure happens, 51% of the time it's caused by a death or a disability. So what we do matters. And there is a need for that. 50% of men and 33% of women will develop cancer in their lifetime, and the average funeral costs $10,000+. So we do have a solution for that. What other needs do our families have for our products, Laura?
Well, as you can see on the screen there, U.S. debt statistics are outrageous. You know, we're looking at 13.95 trillion in total debt, 444 billion credit card debt. We've got 9.44 trillion mortgage debt. That's our bread and butter, mortgage protection. So we're protecting that debt, 1.3 trillion auto loan debt and 1.5 trillion in student loan debt. So there is definitely a need for our programs and products. How do we do it? So 90% of Americans know that they need life insurance, and guys, 41% don't even own a policy. So the majority of those that do, they don't have adequate coverage. So it's our job to go in there and review those policies and make sure that it's exactly what they think it is. And then for the folks that don't have it, go ahead and set them up. So 37% of Americans have nothing saved for retirement. Most most of our clients that we speak with that are older are solely on Social Security. So 63% of Americans are dependent on just Social Security alone, relatives, friends, or charity at age 65, guys. So how do we do it? Average US household debt, mortgages is 189,586, and that's the average. Students, auto, credit card, that's revolving. Due to household debt, the estimated retirement age for the class of 2015 is 75 years old. So how do we do this? This is the debt-free life. We're also going to have someone speak about this who is phenomenal at this product, but debt-free life actually pays off people's debt in 9 years or less. It creates guaranteed tax-free wealth for retirement and peace of mind. A lot of these families are in debt, a lot of debt. And so we come in there and provide a solution for them. And we're getting a lot of families out of debt in 9 years or less without paying any additional money than they're already spending right now. So Jordan, go ahead and tell us how we're doing.
Yes, and guys, I want to go ahead and apologize in advance if my cat is meowing. It's just a part of working from home. He is obnoxious. His name is Clark. He used to be on my voicemail, and I'm trying to get my husband's attention so that he can take care of Clark. Hold on just a second. I'll shoot him a text while I'm talking. Well, guys, I'm sorry about that. Hold on. Can you grab Clark? So basically, as you can see, the APV that we have submitted is basically a direct relation of what we have done in our business as far as impact. So when Symmetry started, first off, APV stands for annual premium volume. That's what we are putting in place to help our families. It's what they're paying for their policy. So on average, our average case is about 1,000 APV per family. And we started off in 2009. As you can see, we were barely on the books with about 300,000 in APV. You can check out that we've kind of been growing from here on out. 2014, we're at 21.8 million. 2015, we're at 34.9 million. You'll never guess when I came on board. I came on board in 2016, and that's why we did pretty well that year. I'm just kidding, I didn't do that well. 55.7 million. And then we continued to rise up until last year, where we finished at 122.9 million. And what this really says is that we are continuously doing what we do and only getting better. There's a huge piece of the pie available, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. So our app count year over year, what I love about this, guys, is that this isn't like we had 116,000 and we only did 4,000 more in 2019. We helped an additional 120,000 families the next year after 2018. So this year we've actually, we're pandemic proof, y'all. I can't wait to see the numbers for this year. We actually surpassed a pretty large number, a very huge number of families helped within a month. This year, even through the pandemic, when we started in 2010, we were helping about 277 families per month, primarily in the southeast of the United States. And in 2020, we were helping 2,500 families each week in every single state. Now, the number that we broke this year is we actually have helped 3,000 families in a week. So huge numbers. We're growing through a pandemic. It doesn't make any sense. This organization specifically is having the most growth continuously week over week of new agents coming on board and finding success. And we're very proud to be a part of this team. So how are we doing? We've done about right shy of about 400 million in total premium. So that's what the clients are paying for their policy. As far as impact goes, since fruition of Symmetry back in 2009, we have protected a total of 300,000 plus families. Of those numbers that you saw before about, do we have a need for a product? We have helped 300,000 families put protection in place to protect themselves from the statistics you saw earlier, which I'm very proud to be a part of those numbers. That's 30 billion plus in face amount. Now, what face amount is, for those who are not familiar with that terminology, that just means if something happens, that's what's going to pay out to the family. That's a big deal. And we're really proud to say, but it's not near what we're going to be. Guys, the mortgage protection market is a $2.5 billion market. Medicare supplement, final expense, you can see these are billion-dollar markets that we're in, and we only did 120 million last year. So as you can see, 2020 production for this year is projected to be 125 million. Total life capacity, so the capacity in the market of life insurance is a $2.35 billion market. And then the annuity capacity, so our safe investments that we help families with for their retirement, is a $5.7 billion capacity. We're only functioning right now at 5.32% of the market. So there's a huge piece of the pie available. I remember when I saw this for the first time back in 2016, I thought I was too late coming to the game. And it's still so early. This company is only 10 years old, and it's all about how big of a piece of a pie that you want. So Laura, go ahead and go into how do we support our agents here. I'll unmute you. I know we're functioning on technology of me, so I appreciate you guys. Just a second here. There we go. Did that unmute you there?
Yes, ma'am. So in August, when we partnered with Quility, they came up with 3 different paths that you can choose. This goes along with how we support our agents. Now, the agents with the most success are normally choosing the producer and the owner paths. So that's what you'll see here. The owner path is where you actually own your business once you become an agency owner. And the producer path is just you solely producing. Now, to be able to have and receive everything that Symmetry has to offer here, you're going to want to build a business and a team, because you actually get passive income. And that's where the generational wealth comes from, is from building an agency.
There you go.
Okay, so the third one is the wholesaler, the wholesaler path. Now, the wholesaler is different types of leads. They're not Symmetry leads, but this pathway is an option, so everybody has a chance to succeed here. Now, this goes into how we support our agents as well with leads. Now, Symmetry currently generates between 8,000 and 10,000 leads every week. What is a lead? Well, a lead is someone who has filled out a form, someone that has answered a form online, or called in about the mortgage protection. So Symmetry has set this up for us so that we spend our time selling and not prospecting. This shows just the different types of leads that they are mailing out and getting to clients. The mortgage protection, we've got debt-free life, online lead generation, final expense, and annuities. So there are definitely, these are viable leads, guys, that Symmetry actually has their own department who calls these folks to make sure that they are a legit lead before they go into our system. So that is something that sets us apart from Symmetry. Also, we have a roadmap for success, proprietary sales system that's set in and that's set in place. And also there's tons of agents that have been successful here since 2009 with the sales system that we have. Of course, we have the lead generation and management system that we just talked about. We also have marketing and recruiting assistance and ongoing support. The one-on-one mentorship is second to none, I should say, in the whole insurance industry. So the mentorship program is another thing that sets Symmetry apart from other agents and other IMOs out there in the insurance agency, or in the insurance industry. So we've got weekly training calls, webinars. It keeps us plugged in. So you're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. This also shows some of the tools in our toolbox here. I'm not going to go into detail with that, but definitely reach out to the person that brought you here this evening or your upline, and they can tell you a little bit more about these tools. These are leadership development programs that we have in place to grow ourselves. The Connect is for women empowerment. It is for everyone, but it's focused on the woman and the business owner. Thrive is a personal development tool that focuses on health and wellness. We also have the Agency Owner Academy. Like I was discussing before, if you choose that agency owner path, then they have an academy or a university that you go to. I think they're doing it virtually now, but that helps you just kickstart your business in the agency owner part. And Giant, I love this program, is self-development and leadership development program. So Jordan, tell us about how we protect the protector.
Yes, absolutely. Just want to make sure I wasn't muted. Yes, so I'm super pumped about this because there's no other IMO who's doing this as well. Time and time again, I've never really been super passionate about insurance, but I have been passionate about, impact, and I've been passionate about being surrounded by and a part of a company that does put its agents first, constantly looking to improve itself, and it's starting with the agent, not at the top. And this was one of the things that they have implemented over the years since I've been here. And it's just helped me really appreciate time and time again what the company aims for, which is to give back and to support the agent to be able to have the opportunity that any agent should have in an industry like this. So the first thing that they did is they implemented a free year of life insurance for all of Symmetry agents. And there is underwriting required for that. But it's available to anybody as long as they can pass through the underwriting. There's no paramed exam or anything involved. It's very simple underwriting, but you can get up to $250,000 in coverage and up to a 30-year term, depending on your age, of course. And I just think that that's pretty incredible because Symmetry didn't want us in front of the families that they're doing such great work to put us in front of without having our own coverage in place to speak from a place of belief, as well as making sure that when we're running out on the roads, like now we're doing our virtual appointments, but before, when we would run our appointments, we'd be out on the roads late at night. They want to make sure we're safe and that our families are protected as well. On top of that, right? So they didn't even have to do that. They did that, and then they went even further. And in August, they announced that they started their own health insurance benefit for our agents, where you can get health insurance as an insurance agent, an independent agent, and it's obtain day-to-day catastrophic health coverage at premiums that are half of the cost of the marketplace. My husband and I looked into the cost of ours, and it was compatible with anything else that's out there, but it was the top coverage that could be available to us. So I'm just super excited to be a part of something like that. And I'm grateful to be a part of a company that thinks about their agent that way. And on top of that, if it only couldn't get any better, they wanted to offer passive income opportunities for even the agent. Our partnership with Assura, what that did was, Assura is a company that's been around for a long time that was really good at maintaining their business, not so much generating new business, where Symmetry's leads and generating new business is like gold. It is the best. That's why, an agent coming in here can succeed in leaps and bounds just off of the lead system that we have here. They put the two together, right? And with Assura's, the partnership under Quality Member Services. They are actually helping our business stay on the books and creating massive passive income for the agent off of business they've already written. So we're super pumped to be a part of that. They just started that in August, and we're already seeing deposits that we have no idea where they came from. So let's talk about that, though. Let's talk about deposits and how you get paid. So we do have full-time and part-time positions. As of August 1st, once our company made that merger, they also gave everybody a 10% raise, even new agents coming in. So, hey, congratulations if you're just getting started, you just got a 10% raise. The contract commission levels are 70%, and you can earn a raise every 2 months at 5% increments based on performance goals. And those performance goals are well laid out on the website. Get with the person who invited you here to make sure you've got your goals in line when you get started, because you definitely want those raises. And that caps out at 120%. And then we're also going to cover bonuses as well. So when you're part-time, the average part-time agent is doing about 15 to 20 hours per week of their business, and they're placing around 6 sales per month. So that's really not a whole lot of work. 15 hours, 20 hours, 6 sales per month. Now, if you're at that starting 70% contract level, you get paid based off that APV that we talked about earlier, the annual premium volume, the annual amount of money the client pays into the policy. Now, our average case is 1,000 APV. You get paid 70% of that 1,000 with a 75% carrier advance within the next day to 5 days of the policy being approved. Now, most of our clients pay monthly for their policies, which is why we get that carrier advance. We get paid 9 months worth of our commission that we should have been paid later on up front within the next day to 5 days after the policy's been approved. So it's super awesome how we're getting our agents paid. Laura, what does that look like on a financial, like a monthly and annual?
Absolutely. So each month for a part-time agent, we're looking at about 6,000. You times that by 70% commission, because that's your commission level when you start out. That's $4,200 each month. We take the 4,200 and multiply that by 75%, because of course that's your carrier advance. All the carriers we work with want to make sure that we're writing good business. So they give us 75% up front. The rest of the 25% is going to fall on months 10, 11, and 12. So with that advance, you're looking at $3,150. That's an annual advance, just your advance alone, $37,800. That's a part-time schedule. So your first total year compensation is $50,400. So I think that's a pretty good part-time gig. What do you guys say?
Yeah, no, I think that's pretty sweet. I remember working way longer hours than 15 hours trying to make 50 grand a year. What about full-time? What does that look like?
Well, at a full-time agent, you're going to be working about 30 to 35 hours a week with 15 to 20 place sales per month. That's 15 to 20 applications that you get placed for the client and also paid on. So by now, if you're a full-time agent, you're at about a 85% commission level because you've given yourself a couple of raises. That's about $1,000 in annual premium volume average. That's on the average per case with your 75% carrier advance. Let's see what the numbers look like, Jordan.
Yeah. So if you're looking at, like, let's be conservative, right? So Laura just said 15 to 20 placed sales within the month, right? So let's just talk about 15. 15 placed sales at that average 1,000 APV case is a $15,000 month. Now there's your 85% contract level once you're full-time and hit those raises. That's $12,750 for the month you should be paid. Now remember, most of the time our clients are paying monthly for their policies, so we're gonna completely put our income on that advance balance. So that 75% carrier advance gets added to that, which is that $95,6250 a month is what you're getting paid just on the advance alone, which is $114,750 a year. So you're immediately at a 6-figure income strictly on your advance alone. But once that residual income, that back end pay that Laura was just mentioning, your policies have been in force 10, 11, 12 months now, you're looking at $153,000 in your first year compensation of full time. Now that's pretty awesome. I'm a huge fan of that. And I want to also talk about what makes Symmetry different, right? So remember, Laura said that there was 3 paths. There's a producer path, owner path, wholesaler path. What makes Symmetry different is the owner's path. They want to make sure, you know, Symmetry, the name Symmetry came from earning both time and money, having that balance. So the only way that you're going to be able to be in balance when you're self-employed is if you also figure out how to have system-driven income. Because when you're self-employed, if you stop working, your income stops coming in. So Symmetry created the builder's path in order to create the opportunity for both time and money and earning permanent income in addition to the temporary income. I mean, they already did quality member services so that we could have that back end passive income from them working the business already on the books and helping generate more income for ourselves. But you can build your own agency here and create system-driven income. That's what I found was attractive about this business when I came here. Laura saw the same thing. I'm very glad my husband saw the same thing because he and I are building our agency together. So we do have an exclusive agency ownership program. Symmetry provides their agents with everything that they need. That's even why they have that academy, to be able to show you how to run your own business, build your own business, and have true ownership. What that means is that when we own our business, when my husband and I own our business, if I died, my income for the house doesn't stop. The system keeps running. Jared knows how to run this business, and we own that. And I'm so thrilled. If one day we chose we wanted to sell the business, we could. We've seen people who decided that they wanted to do something else, sell their business, and I mean, they were very profitable. So it's true contractual ownership, meaning you have the ability to pass on that business that you've worked hard for and build to a loved one. So I want to talk about what that passive income looks like. So obviously, as you've been here for a while, you're hitting your raises, you're going to get up to at least a 95% contract level without even having, you know, a team. But having a team does help you get there, and I'm going to talk about how that is. As an agency builder, you make commissions every time you help an agent on your team make a sale. Now, how that works is you get paid based off of the spread. The spread is this little 15% between your contract level and your teammate's contract level. So if you're at a 95% contract level, you have a teammate at an 80% contract level, whatever they write, you're going to get that spread. You're going to get a 15% spread from what they put up. Now, it's going to look awesome when you see what happened to that average part-time, or excuse me, the average full-time agent when they went and chose to build an agency ownership business. Now, Laura, let's go ahead. Laura, why don't you show what that looks like? Cover what that looks like.
Sure. So at agency ownership, you're doing 50,000 as an agency owner. But that's not all your own personal production. So like we were taught, like Jordan was talking about before, you know, this is how you get your passive income. This is how, if you get sick, the money is still going to keep coming in, even if you don't work. You know, so you're doing about 15,000 in personal production yourself at a 95% commission level. Your agency is doing 35,000 with an average of 15% spread. And guys, this spread does not come away from your downline agents' income. The carriers pay us that spread simply because we are bringing business to their company. So they pay us that for training them and writing business with their company. So with a 75% carrier advance, you've got about 4 sales representatives underneath you in your team. So this is what it looks like here. 15,000 in production times 95% times 75% is 10,687.50. We're talking monthly, guys. So we're doing each month. Our agency is 35,000. They've got the 15% split. Carrier advance is still 75%. So the passive income part is going to be $3,937.50. That is money that you never had to work for. All you did was train somebody to go out there and do exactly what you're doing. So the advanced commission is going to be $14,625. You times that by 12 because that's annual, $175,500 on advance alone is what you're making as an agency owner. Your total first year compensation 234,000. So as an agency owner, you're going to be making 234,000 minimum. Go ahead and show us the next slide there, Jordan, and talk about the other opportunities we've got here after agency ownership.
Yeah. Like if that wasn't good enough, sorry, I'm getting like fired up over here thinking about that. I mean, that person, just from giving themselves raises and building a team, up their income annually by 80 grand. That is insane. That's their own business. That's the wealth opportunity here. But then there's more. So we have what I love about this business is there's no ceiling to the income. Like there's no like, okay, you're done moment. So there's a position that a lot of people in the business are at, and it's called executive vice president, which is 10 times the size of agency ownership. So you've got leaders leading leaders. You're not doing any personal production anymore, and your agency is strictly doing the 500,000 without you. So you would still get paid the 15% spread on that agency with the 75% carrier advance. Check this out. I don't know how big your goals are, but for some of us, I mean, this is something that a lot of us aim to be in our lives, which is millionaires. We want to have generational wealth. We want to be able to give back in a large amount. And Symmetry has the opportunity here, the income stretch, the income opportunity to make that happen. So if you're at an EVP level, you're making about 900,000 in your first year, but then there's more. Symmetry has bonuses called we have a profit sharing bonus once you have reached the top contract, and you've also helped somebody else receive the top contract in the company. You know, like we were talking about, there's spreads, right? So if you get to 120 and you help somebody else get to 120 and you don't receive that 5% spread over their business, they're going to pay you an equity bonus every month of $19,000 per month. So just at that starting equity bonus at this time, the income goes up by $228,000 in annual bonuses. And that jumps the income to over $1 million annually. Symmetry is actually paying out all kinds of bonuses right now, and I want to talk about them very briefly. Right now, this whole month of September, they just paid out $600,000 in bonuses during a pandemic based off of the growth and the impact that we're all making. Just money being turned right back into the agent so that they can run their business as profitable as possible. I love to be a part of it. I could probably spend the next 10 hours telling you how much I love this company. But let's talk about bonuses real quick. The new agent fast track bonus plus a 4 carrier kicker bonus. Basically, it's an opportunity for someone in their first 90 days to earn an additional $12,500 in bonuses, as well as a trip of a lifetime, which is the Symmetry destination trip. All you have to do is write 20,000 APV for 3 months in a row as soon as you get started. It is absolutely doable. People are doing it all the time. And basically, I'm just glad to see new agents get something like that. I don't know about you, but $12,500 when I got started in this business could have really changed where I was at when I got started. If you want to know how to get to that, that's definitely a great question to ask the person who invited you here. We also get producer bonuses, which we all just had paid out to us, I believe yesterday or today. My days are starting to run together, but the producer bonus adds up an additional 5% of commissions to your sales. You have a Sharper bonus, you have the Bird Dog bonus, you got the capital bonus, 120 bonus, the equity bonus, as well as equity appreciation rights. The equity appreciation rights is a huge deal in my opinion because this company is growing very quickly, and they will be possibly opening up to the market to be bought, which is a great thing, a great investment opportunity for Symmetry. And when they do, when that trigger moment happens, Symmetry has given back to the company 20% of the company, strictly just reserved for them. So everyone actually has equity appreciation rights that qualify for those, I think they were allowed to call them grants. And basically when they have that triggering moment, we all have a cash value to those rights. And basically, we just get that for being a part of Symmetry and helping them get to a growing place. So very proud to be a part of a company that's willing to give back 20% of itself to its agents and staff. What else is there, Laura? I know, like, if there wasn't enough, let's go ahead and finish it off on the best part.
Absolutely. So, you know, Symmetry was created because they wanted time and money. So the time part, these carriers are actually giving us trips and incentives for protecting families. So these pictures right here are actually Symmetry agents that are on these trips, these carrier trips. Um, and Symmetry also has a trip that they put on each and every year. So these are some more pictures right here. This is the Destination 20 in Costa Rica. Unfortunately, this year we weren't able to go because of COVID, but this is an ongoing trip that new agents are able to get as well. So I wish that these bonuses and incentives were in place when I first started, because I would be there. You know, but that's an awesome time to associate with folks that within Symmetry, you know, like-minded people. Also, time to spend with your family. So we have an agent on this call that has won those trips. He's actually won a few trips. And in his very first year, he made 225,000. So that is a very awesome accolade right there. He was our #1 producer last year, and he is going to share a little bit of his story here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Joe Martinez, also known as Smokin' Joe. Take it away, Joe.
Thank you for that introduction. Hi, everybody. My name is Joe Martinez. I've been with Symmetry for about 2.5 years now. And, you know, today I get the privilege of just kind of sharing my story with y'all. Probably one of my favorite things to do, because Symmetry has really shown me a different lifestyle. And I get to say lifestyle not because of income, but because of the way Symmetry brings work-life balance to you as an agent. So I always like to talk about things that I now, you know, my life different from when I used to work somewhere else in the corporate world to what we're doing now here, which is owning our own business, right? One of the biggest things I always love to talk about is sharing the plan, right? It is bringing people onto your team and your agency. And, you know, when people start to see what Symmetry can do for you, you start attracting the, people that you want to work with, right? On today's call earlier, they were talking about how they asked Edward Pritchett, you know, how do I know who I want to hire, right? And his answer was, I think it's epic, is somebody that I would want to go have dinner with, or somebody I would hang out with. And that really touched me, because in the corporate world, the people that work for you or with you, you don't hang out with, right? It's against the law. You get in trouble, you get written up. It just does, that's not the way it works. And here it's completely different, right? So who do I want to have dinner with? Who do I want to hang out with? I have now, who's joined my team is my brother. My sister runs our office here. And just for me, I couldn't be any happier. Y'all don't understand how much fun it is for me to come to work right now, because, you know, in life, when you have siblings, you separate, right? Everyone goes their own way, work, this or that. And Symmetry has brought them together, or us together here, right? Having my sister here, my brother now, and my best friend. And it's really just changed. I mean, the dynamic of when you go to work, right? I'm not going to work with somebody or a boss I don't like, or someone I'm uncomfortable with because I'm worried they want my position or they're going to fire me. I get to come to work with my brother and my sister, right? And then the people you bring on, Jeff Miller is part of my team. You know, I enjoy when my phone rings and it's Jeff Miller, right? Whether he brings value to the conversations we have. It's just priceless. I can't explain that, or I can't emphasize that enough to y'all. When you're working with people that truly care for your well-being, you know, when it comes to life, work, and your business, it just changes everything. Stress goes away. You know, being able to say, I run my own business here at Symmetry, and I can take a day off because my kids, you know, have an event, or I want to do something with my kids. It's just really changed everything. Um, again, what Symmetry stands for, right? Work-life balance. Jordan touched on that earlier. And, you know, being able to set I work, the key phrase here, right? I work around my life. And that's huge, because before I used to live around my job. And that's, I mean, you know, Jeff Miller just had his daughter get married, and he doesn't have to ask anyone for permission for the week off, doesn't have to worry about who's going to cover. It just really changes everything we do here. And it makes you want to work more, because you understand the value that it's bringing to yourself, right? Because there's nothing like busting your butt and working for your own business and something that you are going to own or you're going to establish, versus working for someone and establishing their life's work, right? And that's what I truly see. And that's the story I always love to share. You know, there's, for me, family's everything. And I couldn't ask for a better place to be at right now. And with everyone that works around us, from Jordan, Laura, I mean, we are a huge family, and we all treat ourselves like that. And there's nothing like getting a phone call from any one of us in our team, because it's never a negative conversation. It's always something to empower us, another idea, someone reaching out for help. And really, that's all I got. I mean, I can't, it's joy, guys. You know, this is not for everyone, because it's working for yourself, and you have to make yourself go to work, right? If you can get over that hurdle, you'll get really far here. And really embrace the fact that we work with people we want to talk to it and live with and be around, right? Because it's not the power of the people you hang out with. There's just nothing like it. So I get the privilege now to introduce the debt-free life queen. She really has blown me away, what she does with debt-free life and the passion she has. And like I said, you know, when we talk to people like Betsy Barr, it's you feel that they care about what they do. There's just nothing like when Betsy Barr calls you, it's amazing, right? Because she truly loves what she does, and you'll hear it. You're going to hear it right now, and she embraces it. So I'll let her do the rest.
Well, thank you, Joe. That's so kind of you. But yeah, I agree. I love talking to anyone on our team. It's probably a good thing we don't all have one central office, or we would just want to talk to each other all the time. But yes, my name is Betsy Barr, and I live in Knoxville, Tennessee, with my husband and our two little boys, Nate and John Allen. And I've been with Symmetry for about a year and a half, and I went full-time in August of this year, focusing on debt-free life. And I am super passionate about debt-free life. It's just amazing what it does for families. It just changes people's futures, changes the way that they think about what their family can do in the present and in the future. And so I love getting to be a part of that transformation. And the reason that I get to do that is because I chose to put my roots in here at Symmetry. And every day I'm so thankful that I did. You know, what Laura and Jordan shared is just a tip of the iceberg of what Symmetry has to offer. The company culture is amazing. The support that we receive is amazing. The products that we get to share with families are things that are really going to help them. We're not ever trying to, you know, well, I'm going to keep this part quiet. So, you know, we get to be super transparent and just have integrity in what we do. And that in turn just helps our families. And so my husband and I are very passionate about serving our community and being involved in that. And being a part of Symmetry allows us to do that in ways we never have been able to before. And so as we are building a business here, one of the things we love to think about is, hey, where else could we go and be able to do the things that we can here at Symmetry? Where could we go and build our business with somebody else's money? We didn't have to have a bunch of money to come in here at Symmetry. I used to work as a teacher. My husband is a pastor, so it's not like we're just, rolling in the dough, ready to start our own business. As long as we put in the work and get policies written, the carriers are going to fund our business growth, and in fact, they are funding our business growth. Where else can you go and own the business that you and pass it on to your family for generations? Jordan was mentioning that earlier, but as we think about moving towards agency owner and thinking about our two boys, whatever they want in life, we're creating a legacy for them. And, we'd love for them to join us. I think I shared last time, they're kind of little DFL agents in training because they go and tell their friends in the neighborhood, does your parents want to pay off your house? My mom can help with that. And telling them about debt-free life. And so, they just have options that before we weren't going to be able to provide them with. And so we're thankful for that. Where else can we go? And for the cost of an insurance license and a willingness to learn the system, you can just become independently wealthy. So I don't know what your background is or where you've come from in terms of education and your profession. Like I said, I was a teacher. I have a math degree. I have 2 masters in education. And all I needed to become successful here at Symmetry was to get my insurance license. And that cost a whole lot less than all of those degrees that I'm thankful for, but I love the impact that I'm able to make here at Symmetry. And here you just come and are you willing to learn? There's a system here, it works, and it's going to work for you if you'll work that system. Where else can you go where you're going to own your own life? So you can come in, you can get your insurance license, and then you're the one that's in charge of the decisions that you make. No one's got their thumb on you. No one's going to tell you when to show up or when you got to get back to work, just like Joe was talking about Jeff and his daughter. And I love it because I get to work from home, and so I can work, and then I get to go pick up my kids, go play with them. They're different sports and they're all their activities, and then I can come and work some more. So it just has given us this amazing work-life balance that we didn't have before. Where can we go and work for a company that is not so much about making money as it is about making a difference? And for us, that was a huge deal because that's our heart, that's our passion, is not necessarily making money, but it's having an impact, a positive impact on our community. And being at Symmetry allows us to make that positive impact, and then we're actually making money and better financially than we ever had anticipated or dreamed of. And so we're so grateful for that. And just as proof, Jordan, this has already been mentioned, but hey, how do we know that this company is more about making an impact? They've given away 20% of the company. Like, they're not about keeping it for themselves. They really will literally put their money where their mouth is and share the wealth. And finally, where can we go and work for a company that genuinely wants you to become a better person? As I've begun to work here at Symmetry and all of the ways that our team interacts together and that we work through personal development together, I have become a better parent. I've become a better spouse. I've become a better friend, a better family member, a better daughter, a better aunt to my precious nieces and nephews. I'm grateful for who I'm becoming and who I'm growing into, and the way that's allowing me to influence those around me. And so, I just think, man, where else can I go, and where else would I want to go? I mean, this is just such a great fit for me, for my family, and I'm just so thankful for Symmetry and for how it's allowed me to just really pursue my goals, my passions, and yeah, put the work in and be able to see those results. And so if that's what your passion is, then this is the place for you. And if it's not, then maybe it's not, but we're looking for people that really want to make that positive difference in their communities. And so I'm going to introduce you now to someone that is making an amazing difference in the lives of families in his community and also in our agency. He is newer to Symmetry, and he's already a top producer, so he's just absolutely killing it. We all just want to be him. And so, Jeff, take it away.
Thanks, Betsy. I appreciate that, those kind words there from you. Just sitting back, listening to, you and Joe and just talking about the business and just, it's pretty exciting. Just a little bit about me. I've been with Symmetry here just over a year now, started on a very limited part-time basis. I actually went full-time kind of about the same time Betsy did. It sounds like 1st of August was my first full month after I left my other practice company at the end of June, and kind of started part-time after that. So just excited about the opportunity, the future, and with this company. And really just the value of building a business. The opportunity with this company to build a business, you can watch the presentation, you can watch Jordan and Laura go through those numbers, and you can see financially why building a business is pretty exciting, especially if you're looking at the 7-figure income there. Putting the time and effort in to build an agency for you and your family, but there's a lot more that comes with it. The friendships you're building along the way. When you're working for yourself and you're selling, you can be a top producer, but you're really helping yourself and your family and those customers you're working with. But when you're building a team, building an agency with this company, with Symmetry, now you're helping those people's families create income for their families, success for their family. And now, instead of maybe helping 25 or 30 families a month on your own efforts with mortgage protection, now you're helping hundreds or thousands of people a month with mortgage protection, because you're building that team and you're helping others. So, there's a lot more to it than just the money, even though the money is nice. But the other thing is when you're doing it all yourself, it's all based on what you're doing. If you have a bad day, a bad week, things like that, financially, it can set you back. But when you build a team, an agency with this company, now it's not based on what you're doing, but it's based on what the entire team is doing. So now you can help other families and other teams become successful. It gives you financial stability, because if you have a bad day, maybe the rest of your team had a great day. I've heard many stories of people going out, especially when they were, driving around, having 8 appointments in the day and coming back with no sales and frustrated. And then a few people from their team call them and tell them how great they did. And now all of a sudden that wasn't such a bad day after all. So building that security for your team, for your family, is really a great thing there. Trying to think, it's really, it just gives you time and money, really gives you that opportunity that on your own, you can make a lot of money, you can have a lot of time, but you typically aren't going to have both of those together. But if you build a agency with Symmetry, especially large agency, you can actually have both time and money. And it's definitely given me, they had mentioned, my daughter got married just over a week ago. I was able to take the week off, and it was great. I didn't have to go tell anybody, didn't have to ask for permission. I just took the week off and spent the time with family and friends, and got to enjoy the wedding and just not worry about having to show up to work. So it was kind of nice there. So, really the friendships that you're going to build if you build an agency is amazing. Like Joe was talking, we talk on a daily basis, and it's just awesome to build those close friendships. It's different than the work field when you're working with employees. You just don't have that same relationship. We're all part of the same team here. It's just a whole different atmosphere. So I'm just so thankful to be part of Symmetry and be on, part of Joe's team and the rest of the team here. I just feel blessed to be here and looking forward to the next, several years to come for all of us here. So thanks for the time, you guys, and I'll give it back to you, Jordan.
Awesome. And thank you so much, Jeff. Thank you, Betsy, Joe, Laura, for helping us put on this meeting. I'm going to just wrap us up real quick, just by giving you guys some instructions on what to do next. So as you've already heard, you should, this time, this company is not really complex. So by this time, you should know who we are, what we stand for, what the company is focused on, what it takes to succeed here, what the income possibilities are. And you've heard basically from people who are succeeding here and getting what they want out of this business, what it's like to be in those shoes. So at this point in time, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Please get with the person who invited you here to this meeting and just say, what do I need to do next? Especially if this is a good fit for you. If this sounds like what you've been looking for. I remember when I saw this for the first time, it was exactly what I was looking for in a business and in my life, for my future, for my marriage, for my, for everything. I was like, this is it. If you feel that way right now after watching what you saw, get with the person who invited you here and say, what do I need to do next to get to the next place in this business? And that person is going to either plug you into the right person who will get you that answer, or they will be right there alongside of you, helping you get what you want. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Thank you for hanging out with us, and we're really excited for who you'll become on our team. Have a great night, guys.